Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. And today I want to quickly share with you my spring bracelet designs. So I have about 5 or 6 that I want to share. So let's get started with this design right here. This design I created last year and it uses a lot of the spring 2022 release, in particular the pansies. Absolutely love the pansies. I'm very sentimental towards them. They just remind me of my grandmother. I'm using the butterfly clasp bracelet and I highly recommend this one. It is perfect for a spring design. And then I'm going to start actually on this end over here. So right here I've got the white daisies. This is retired and Pandora re-released this charm with purple daisies and it is really sweet. So I think that purple daisy charm, I think it would be beautiful on this bracelet. I just don't want to get a duplicate. And then this little blue butterfly here ties in perfectly with the pansy. These are both still available with Pandora and they're just a really nice match. And then over here, I have the little rabbit and look how sweet this little rabbit is, down to the little feet. And then I've got the pink pansy and it has an orange CZ in the center. There is a tiny bit of variation on these pansies just with the enamel work that Pandora does with them. Some of them have more white, some are a little bit darker, and yeah, there's just a little bit of variation, but they're all really pretty. The clips that I'm using on this bracelet is just a really plain clip. I can't remember the name of this one or if it's still available, but I think it is retired. Because I have so many colors going on with the flowers, I wanted the clips to be really simple. I just thought it was busy enough with all the different flower tones. And then in the center of this bracelet, these are the charms that I'm using. So I've got the firefly and it does glow at night. It is so nice. And then the purple daisy and the teal daisy. This one was just recently retired, I believe in the December sale, the winter sale, but it might be even re-released for retirement in the summer 50% off sale. Sometimes I find Pandora does that. And then we have the bee pendant. And this one I like so much that I have a second one of it. And then right in the center of this bracelet, I have my panda charm. And I don't know, there's something, I know nothing is really particularly spring-like about the panda, but I just like how he's nestled among the flowers. And then on this side of the bracelet, again, I've mentioned this little blue pansy. I've got the little sheep, Patty the sheep. Oh, she is sweet. And her nose is a little heart. And then look at the hearts on her feet. And a really nice use of oxidization on her. She really stands out pretty. And then we have the caterpillar. This was unusual for Pandora to do something like this shape with all that enamel. And then I've got my snail. So that is the first design. This next one is Pandora Rose, and it features a lot of that soft pink enamel and Muranos. And I do have a lot of hearts on this design as well, and included a little teddy bear. I believe that is Dora the bear, and she's holding on to her own little teddy. And then, like I mentioned, some hearts. These Muranos, I can't remember if they are still available. They're so pretty, just that little bit of pink shimmer. And then this little ladybug is still available. Highly recommend this one, although it is pricey just because it is involving CZs, pink enamel, and Pandora Rose. That combination immediately makes the charm expensive. But this one, I believe I picked it up in a Black Friday sale and I highly recommend it. It is so pretty and the perfect shade of pink. Then here is another one of those daisies, and in Pandora Rose, they did it with the pink enamel. Do you see how they use different colors of pink? It's a really nice shade. Another one of the Muranos, and this here is one of my newer charms that I recently purchased, and it fit really well onto this bracelet with the pink CZs on the bail. And it's like a little tree charm with a little bit of pink heart and I believe a red heart right in the center. This here is a beautiful retired charm. Look at the color of that. Isn't that pretty? And then moving along, I have the dragonfly pendant. This, I believe the infinity is still available. If it isn't, it was a really nice price point. Another little heart dangle, that's a double disc, and it probably has an inscription inside. And the inscription says, "In my heart," right there. And there's the hallmark on the other side. And then just a puffy heart on that side. So this is the bracelet design involving that soft pink and some hearts. And then next up, I wanted to share another older design that I've had put together for quite a while. This is my cherry blossom bracelet, and I've named it after these Muranos. I love these Muranos so much. They're definitely in my top 5 of Pandora Muranos. They are such a pretty shade of soft white pink. Like such a pale pink. And then you have these flowers, and in the center of the flower is like a kind of like a brighter red in the middle. And oh, so pretty. And they're all just a little bit different, those blossoms. Some of them, like this one here, you don't see a lot of that red. It is there, you just don't see a lot. And then others, it's more noticeable. And then these clips are the cherry blossom clips. So I have shared this bracelet with you multiple times. It is a favorite of mine. It just feels so good on. The dangles are nicely balanced. I've got a combination of some hearts on here. I even have a cabochon kiss spacer over here, a pearl clip. So it also has a lot of pearls on this as well. Right here is another pearl. This is an older charm. I was very lucky to find this one pre-loved. And this charm here, I was very fortunate to find pre-loved as well. It's got the rhodolite with 14 karat gold going all the way around. They did not skimp on the gold or the rhodolite on this one. So the next design I wanted to share is a more current one, and this one uses the 2023 spring collection that was recently released. These were my top picks from that collection. So I'm using the multi-strand bracelet, and this design is really comfortable to wear. It doesn't have too much movement on it, just enough to kind of mimic a bangle, but not quite the stiffness of a bangle. And on this side here, I've got a silicone line clip. And then this little bird was recently retired, and he is really sweet with his blue CZ eyes. He is starting to oxidize a little bit so that his little feather details standing out a little bit more. These Pave Daisy charms, I have 2 of them, and I struggled to design with them, and I was kind of regretting purchasing them. But then when Pandora released this Murano, I think it matches so nice with the Murano. So really happy I did hold on to those. And then here is the little watering can with trowel. And this charm is so detailed, and it is still available with Pandora. There are so many little hidden hearts and, like I mentioned, extra details. So you have little CZs to mimic dirt on that spade there. Look at the bottom of the handle. You've got little hearts. And then at the very top, the opening where the water goes, there is another heart right there. A nice little flower detail on the bail with the kind of like a yellow CZ, a golden CZ in the center. And they even have like the spout there. You've got the holes for the water. And then there is an inscription on here that says, "Live life in full bloom," I believe. Or just in bloom, no, full bloom all the way around. So this one is still available with Pandora, and I highly recommend it. Oh, and even at the back of the trowel, you've got some hearts. And then of course, as I mentioned, the new Muranos, it's so pretty. So there is some variation in these Muranos for how deep and bright the colors are. And I think I've got 2 of them, and I think I did fairly good with getting a nice match. I was more worried about getting a match on the colors of the pink, because I wanted like that lilac pink more than a brighter pink, and some nice golden tones as well. And then this is the new Ladybug Murano. So cute. This one here, there is a little bit of variation on those black dots, but really they're all cute, just like ladybugs. This little swallow and cloud is another detailed charm, and you've got the little raindrops coming down. Isn't that nice? And the different colors of CZs and those little raindrops. The swallow doesn't stand out that much. Like, you can kind of see it, but it's not super obvious. I think because of the CZs that are going around the cloud. And there is an inscription here, and of course it's upside down. The inscription says, "Let your dreams be your wings." And then on the other side, you have two swallows. So it's not identical on both sides, but the little raindrops, you only have the CZs really showing through on one. And then the next charm is another charm that I was struggling with designing. It's the floral bouquet. It's retired now, but all those colors match perfectly with these Muranos, like down to the golden tone. So I'm not quite sure why Pandora does that. They retire charms when they're gonna match a new release really well. I kind of wish they held on to this one because I think it's such a nice combination having these together. Here is the feather charm. This one here, I chose a darker one. Some were a little bit lighter, but I really like this one. So far I only have one of the feather. Probably eventually one day I'll like to get a second, just because for future designs it might be easier to have two of this one. But for now, I think just having the one, it does still work. And then right here is a UNICEF flower. And there's an inscription on here that says "Learn, Grow, and Love," and a blue CZ in the center. And another one of the bees. This is my second bee and my second of the Pave Daisy. And then right here, I have the little frog sitting on top of a mushroom. And what I like about this charm so much is the door on the mushroom. I think that's absolutely adorable. This next bracelet is full of some older vintage Pandora charms, and it's very sentimental bracelet for me. It represents my grandparents, more so my grandmother, but there is little touches of my grandpa in here as well. And I love this bracelet so much. There are no Muranos on this bracelet, but there is a lot of color using that kind of turquoise and lighter blue, and I love this bracelet. So I wear this one year round. It's very sentimental to me, and it makes me feel really good when I do wear it. But I thought I would quickly show it to you. I do have a video on this one with all of the meaningful charms on here, but I thought I would share it with you because I noticed that it's very similar in color tone to this bracelet and these Muranos. So if I ever wanted to, I could combine these Muranos and some of these charms and create one design, but I don't know, I probably would have a hard time doing that just because of how sentimental this design is for me, but there are options. So I thought you would like to see these two bracelets together so you can see how well the colors work. So not too long ago, I shared this bracelet design with you saying, "Another spring bracelet. I think I'm really happy." And then last night I was playing around with this bracelet again, and I made a few little changes. Like, I'm always making a few little changes. Nothing is ever permanent with Pandora. So quickly to show you what I've done is I reworked the center of this bracelet. I also decided that I like to have two charms and a dangle. So I was trying to keep that consistent throughout, and I think I achieved that. Yes, I did. So right here is where I added my new little dangle, the 4-leaf clover. I moved up this charm to the center of the bracelet just because it shines so pretty when you're outside, and I wanted it to be in the center. And so I moved the little apple blossom downwards. This dangle here is a bit of a placeholder. I still think it works, but a little bit of a placeholder just because I needed one dangle there. and it still is involving a lot of birds and bees and flowers. So this is the update to this bracelet design. So I moved the ugly duckling a little bit over, I moved down the bee, and I think it works. I think I'm really happy with this one and the changes that I've made, but never say it's permanent. So I know that was a really quick look at all of these bracelet designs, and I apologize if I was talking too quickly. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Take care. Bye-bye.